way back at the beginning, at the start of season 18, I was asked, what do you know about the Studio 5 viewer? And I had a very quick and confident response, and that was, she cares. You care about your home. You care about the way it feels. You care about your kids and your grandkids and the way that they are loved. You care about your friends, and you care to show up as the best version of yourself each day. The Studio 5 viewer cares. I know that about you, and I love that about you. Well, today we've talked about becoming her, but don't forget you are her, and others see your value. I'm joined by some of our Studio 5 contributors who will share what strengths they've seen in women close to them. And this is so fun for me because I see all of your strengths every day. We see your strengths on display every day. Don't you love these ladies like friends? I mean, it's the best. It's the best. This show wouldn't be what it was without you four. So now to level up on the ladder and see who you are looking up to, I'm just so excited to hear and to celebrate. Mickey, who was a woman that came to mind?
My mom, and this is an easy one. My mom is a gatherer, and this is one of her best characteristic traits and talents. She's a caterer, and she has the space for it, and she's organized. And so she reaches out and creates opportunities for people to connect that haven't in a long time. In fact, today, she's hosting all of her high school friends, have been friends for 50 years. Some are flying in for it, and she's gonna host them at her house.
She's a gatherer. That is an under-celebrated word, but it's what women do so well, and your mom sounds like one of those women. Casey, who came to mind for you?
Oh, so mine's my sister Sydney, who we got, 4 kids in the family, and she's the baby, and you would never know. She is such an intentional person, especially when it comes to like remembering our heritage and our legacy and our family, and she hangs these old like homemade ornaments that my mom made in her home, not because they look cute. They are very outdated, but because of the memories, yes, the nostalgia, and it's just like, the only way to remember our heritage and our legacy is by remembering it, right? And acting on it, and she does that so well.
The legacy keepers are glue, and every family seems to have one, and I love that you called out that strength. She's intentional. She's intentional. Michelle, who came to mind for you, becoming her?
My grandmother, she has a, I'm looking up to her, but down. She's a tiny little woman, tiny little woman. Long story, but she survived the war, and she was, my grandparents are German. Survived the war. Her husband, they thought, had been killed at war. They escaped. She was a refugee. She left. She lost everything she had 3 different times, and resilient. I mean, just she's that person. Whenever things get hard, I think, you know what? She did all of those things. I can do whatever this is that's hard. Resilient. Being able to just keep going.
Resilience, and it speaks back to that legacy too. Like we have to share the stories and celebrate the stories, so we all know she did it, I can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Heather, who's your becoming her woman?
Oh, absolutely, my mother.
Yeah.
My mom. Yeah, my mom is a nurturer. She spends and puts all of her energy into caring and empowering other people to grow. There is this beautiful stillness about my mom. When you are with her, it is safe and it is secure. And she is so gentle and patient in her nurturing. She is perfectly patient. She is gentle in her thoughts. She's gentle in her actions. She's patient in her offerings and her advice. She just creates a space where it doesn't matter who you are safe when you are with my mom. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I love all the beautiful words you use. Stillness jumped out to me, though, celebrating the stillness, because sometimes it's not the still woman or the quiet woman that gets that attention. So I love that you identified that and celebrated that. And I find myself thinking, everyone who's been asked this question had an immediate answer. Our audience members, I know you immediately, all of you felt so excited to share, and so lucky to have this public platform to do it. But we should do this more often, don't you think? Call out those specific strengths in women. Why don't we do that?
We need to. We need to recognize it more, right? I think sometimes there's so much hurrying, there's so much going on. We don't take the time to step back a little bit and really recognize that we're all contributing such beautiful things all the time.
It doesn't take long either, is the takeaway for me. That it could be a quick text or a quick call.
And something about slipping into, we're such a casual society, and obviously when you're in these close-knit relationship, moms, grandmas, sisters, it's so comfy and it's so cozy and it's so casual. But there's something about formally saying it, I think, whether that's in a letter or even just, not a formal conversation per se, but putting structure around these sentiments. Anyway, that's my thought, is we should do that more too. All right, ladies, I love you. You're a becoming her example to me. So thank you so much, our Studio 5 contributor team. You can easily see why we love them the way that they do, and it's true. The show would not be the same without them. So thank you so much.